So I recently found, well, it was actually a couple months ago. I don't want you to think I'm picking up things from the street right now. But a few months ago, I found this postcard that said, "Don't assume nothing." And I feel like this is the perfect postcard for this era of COVID-19. I'm actually planning to send it to a friend today. So in this time of don't assume nothing, what can we do to work with uncertainty? So what I've been doing is anytime I find myself getting pulled into anxiety or worry about the future, I return to the breath. I might lie down for a few minutes or do a few minutes of yoga. So today, if you find that your mind is feeling scattered or you're feeling pulled in many directions, I'll just invite you back to sensation, back to what's happening for you right now, and back to your breath. So we're going to hopefully have a fun little flow today. We'll do some things that maybe I don't normally teach or that are unexpected, and we'll just see where we get to without any assumptions or expectations, but knowing that you're always invited back to your breath, back to your own experience. So please come to lie on your backs. Great. As you lie on your backs, please settle into the floor. Maybe you just got out of bed. I'll just invite you to rest back into whatever shape feels appropriate for you right now. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze and begin to become aware of your breath. Notice how you're breathing. Is it shallow or deep? Do you feel rested or calm, or maybe anxious or uncertain? Please make room for anything that you're feeling. And just come to rest back into sensation, back into the breath. If it feels right for you, you can begin to deepen the breath or slow it down. Maybe you bring your hands onto your body to remind you to breathe. Breathe in a way that will help you to feel settled or calm. Or even just breathing in a way that will bring awareness into however you're feeling right now. If you'd like to take a pranayama, a breathing exercise with me, I'll invite you to take a 3-part breath. So this will be an inhale from pelvis up to belly button, belly up to ribs or diaphragm, and then one more inhale from ribs up to the roof of the mouth. If you'd like to take that with me, please exhale completely. Breathe in to the belly, hold. Breathe in to the ribs, hold. Breathe into the roof of the mouth, hold, and exhale, let it all go. Inhale up to the belly, hold, up to the ribs, hold. Breathe in again, up to the roof of the mouth, hold, and exhale, let it all go. You can continue to find a few more rounds here with your own breath, or just return to your own rhythm of breath. Do whatever will serve you. Please complete whatever round of breathing you're taking. Soften back down into the mat. And we'll integrate some movement now. So as you're ready, please flex your toes back towards your face to activate your legs. Bring the pinky side edge of your arm down into the mat, thumbs will point towards the sky. Pick up your shoulder blades and wiggle them flat onto the mat as best you can. With toes flexed back towards the face, please inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky. And as you exhale, send it back down. Every inhale will bring those toes straight back towards your face. Notice if your leg is trying to turn out, turn those toes in, and exhale, bring it back down. We'll do one more. Inhale, those right toes up towards the face, and exhale, send that leg back down. Please interlace your hands behind your head. We'll try that same thing, but we'll also lift the head and the shoulders. So inhale, lift right leg, lift head and shoulders up towards that knee, and exhale, come on down. Every inhale, we'll lift head and shoulders towards foot as it lifts, and exhale, come on down. Do 3 more with your own breath. If you're feeling any crunching in your neck, feel for lengthening the head towards the ceiling. You're not pushing the head forward, you're simply lengthening the neck. Keep your breath slow and deep. And as you've completed that, you can come back down, unwind, bring the blade of the hand back beside the body, and we'll try the second side. So inhale, lift those left toes towards the face, toes point straight towards the face. Exhale, send that leg down. Do 2 more, just noticing if this side feels different. This is generally my tighter side, but somehow that leg is lifting higher. As you've completed your third, please interlace the hands the opposite way behind the head, and we'll do 5 more. So inhale, lift head and neck and shoulders, lift the left leg. Exhale, come on down. Every inhale will bring you to the lift, lengthening the neck and the spine. Exhaling back down. I've got 3 more here. See if you can lift maybe a little bit higher than you thought you could. Engaging the belly at the top of the lift to give yourself a boost. We'll do 1 more. And exhale, come back down, unwind, let yourself flop. Feel how good the disintegration might feel. And we'll take 1 round of that 3-part breath here. So please exhale completely. Inhale up to your belly. Hold. Up to your ribs. Hold. Inhale up to the roof of the mouth. Hold. And exhale, let it go. Maybe do 1 more round with your own breath, feeling out how your abdominals feel after a few sets of abs. Maybe that felt like a lot, maybe a little. I won't assume what that felt like for you, but notice any difference here. As you've completed that, please bring the soles of the feet to the ground, hips width distance apart, pretty close to the hips. So reach down and brush your heel with your longest finger. We're setting up for a dynamic bridge. So please bring the palms down onto the mat. And as you inhale, press down into the feet, lift the hips, lift the hands back behind you. Backs of the palms may or may not hit the ground. Exhale will bring you back down. Keep going with your own breath. Inhale to bring you up, back of the head slides away from you. And exhale, come on down. Notice which hip is lifting more. Try to keep that pelvis level if you can. Maybe your pelvis is level. My left hip is trying to ascend more than the right. So what adjustments can you make to stabilize yourself here so that both sides of the pelvis lift as one? We'll take 2 more to explore how they can feel rooted and open at the same time. As you've completed that, we'll keep the soles of the feet on the floor. Please lift the right leg up to the sky. It will be relatively straight, but keep a slight bend so you don't lock out that knee. Please interlace your hands behind the right thigh. And then as you inhale, please lift up those shoulder blades and wiggle them down onto your back. So we're in a classic hamstring stretch here. So just feel for kicking that heel towards the sky, flexing toes back towards the face. You can feel out if you get more stretch in the back of that right thigh, not behind the knee, by pulling the leg in or by sending the leg into your hands. Find a balance between those two actions so that you have a nice stretch along the back center of that right thigh. Try to keep shoulder blades grounded here. We'll feel this out for 2 more breaths. And as you're ready, please bend that right knee, hook that right ankle outside the left knee, coming in for a supine pigeon. You're welcome to stay right here. This might actually feel awesome, just sending that right knee away from you. Or maybe you want to lift the leg, interlace the hands behind that left thigh. Maybe feel out which option actually gives you more stretch. Sometimes for me, bringing the arms into robot arms and just working that right knee away from me, left sole of the foot on the ground, actually feels juicier than hugging the thigh in. So you decide what you would like to do today. Maybe even switch between the two. We'll be here for a few more breaths. If you don't have left sole of the foot down on the ground, unhook, bring that left sole of the foot down, bring the arms into cactus, and then send the feet over to the left. Right sole of the foot will land on the floor. Coming in for a supine twist. So you can find length on the right side of the body by sending that right hip away from you in space. Even sending that right knee towards that top corner of your mat on a diagonal will give you a lot of space in that right hip region, moving up into the low back. The head and neck can stare straight up at the ceiling. You can move them to the left for a more mellow stretch, or move them to the right for even a little bit of a counter twist in the neck. Knowing that wherever you land, you're invited to change positions to feel out what will be the best for you today. Maybe even let yourself be surprised. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. As you've completed that, please turn your head and neck up to the ceiling. Lift everything back up through center. Release that right foot to the ground. Even out those hips again so that you have both soles of the feet hip-width distance apart on the floor. And then we'll lift that left leg up to the sky. Grab on behind that left thigh somewhere. Wiggle those shoulder blades onto the back. Flex the left toes back towards your face, or maybe you point the toes on this side. Feel for what will find the most stretch in the back middle of that left thigh. Maybe you send the thigh into the hands and resist with the hands. Maybe you focus more on hugging in. Stamp that right foot down into the ground. Use it to stabilize yourself here. And keep working those shoulder blades down onto the back. We'll be here for a few more breaths. Feel what this is like without a strap. We generally do this at Studio 34 with a strap. Feel what it's like to just use yourself as resistance behind that left thigh. As you're ready, bend that left knee, hook left ankle outside of the right thigh. Before you do anything, maybe send that left knee away from you. Keep flexing that left foot. Just feel for how you can even get a stretch with that right sole of the foot planted on the ground. Maybe you lift that right sole of the foot, interlace behind that right thigh, wiggle those shoulder blades down onto the back, or maybe you get as much stretch without the effort by keeping that right sole of the foot planted. You do what will feel best for you. We'll be here for a few more breaths. Slow them down. Find that quality of intentional movement that we found in that three-part breath. As you're ready, plant that right sole of the foot down on the ground if it's not already there. And then as you exhale, bring that left sole of the foot down onto the ground. The right outer leg will come down onto the ground for the supine twist. Even here, feel for stamping that left foot into the ground, setting that left knee away from you to open up the left side of the hip, even into the low back. Maybe make some choices about your head. Feel it out. You can stay looking at the ceiling. You can go to the right, more mellow, or find a counter twist by looking away from those legs, looking to the left. Really stamp that left foot down into the ground. Really extend that knee away from you. Find the biggest breath into your low back that you've found all day. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And as you're ready, rotate head and neck up towards the center. Unwind your legs and come on to a little fetal position on either side. Take a moment here to let your belly expand. And as you're ready, you can press into your palms and come up to a seat. We'll meet up in tabletop, hands and knees. So we're setting up for cat-cow. So maybe if you're generally someone who tucks your feet, maybe untuck them today. Do the opposite of your habit. On the inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. As you exhale, push the ground away, round in your upper back, tuck your tail. Every inhale will take you into the back bend, tailbone lifts. And as you exhale, push the ground away. Maybe you feel like opening up front to back or side to side. There's no wrong way to do this. Maybe even do something that surprises you. Shift back into child's pose, take a break, or keep moving. Let yourself be open to all the possibilities here. We'll take a few more breaths here. Just find the sweetest sensations that you can find during this time. And as you feel ready, you can return to a neutral spine. Please tuck the toes if they're not already tucked, and reach that right leg back behind you. Try to find a level pelvis here, and then land those right toes on the ground. We'll move into a calf stretch. So this will be your inhale position, wrists over shoulders. As you exhale, shift your weight back, lunging into that back leg, finding that calf stretch. And as you inhale, coming back forward. So feel this out with your own breath. Maybe you just want to stay in the calf stretch. Maybe you're going to want to lean back more, coming to like little bent elbows here. Just looking for a sensation in that back right calf muscle, back of the lower leg. I've been doing this all week and mine still feels super chunky, but not as chunky as a few days ago. So I'm grateful for that. But just find this connection to the back of the legs. Feel out how you're feeling. We'll be here for one more breath. Okay. As you've completed that, come back through center. Lift that right leg again. Keep the pelvis level. Then swing that right leg over to the left at a diagonal. We'll come up the mat, coming into an IT band stretch. The same thing here. So this is your inhale position. Exhale, lunge back into that right foot that's over to the left. You can keep playing with what will find you the most stretch. Your IT band goes from your ilium, from your hip, to your tibia, which is the lower leg bone. So it goes all the way across the outside edge of the hip. So that's where we're looking for a sensation in that right hip outer edge. We'll be here for one more breath. As you're ready, come back through center. Walk your hands forward, one hand print, and then lift that right leg again. We're coming into Pigeon Pose. So bend the right knee, aim that right leg for the outer right wrist. Look over your left shoulder, walk that left leg back, 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 back. Make sure that the right knee truly is outside of the wrist so your hips have space to open. And then decide if you'd like to stay upright, and a back bend might feel glorious. This is actually where the name pigeon comes from, the puffing of the chest. Or you can extend forward, coming into a little fold. Also an option to switch. So find what will give you the most sensation, the most stretch, maybe even the most settling, or the most opening, whatever you need. So I think we all have favorite variations of yoga poses, things we tend to do. So throughout class today, I'll invite you to just explore a range of possibilities, figuring out what will serve you most right now. Please take 2 more slow, deep breaths. Letting the breath settle and carry and hold you. As you're ready, you can begin to unwind. So maybe walk that left knee forward, swoosh that right leg behind you, come back to tabletop. We've got one more side. So tuck the toes again. And we'll extend that left leg back behind us. See if the hip wants to open. Extend those toes straight down so that the pelvis is level. And then put those left toes on the floor. This is your inhale. So you exhale, lunge back into that left foot. Feeling for a stretch of the calf. You can come forward on the inhale. Exhale to come back. Or maybe you just stay in this lunge, either bending the elbows, coming back more into the calf. Maybe you gently bounce. Feel out what will find you the sensation that you need in the back of that muscle. This side is surprisingly not feeling super tight. Okay. We'll be here 2 more breaths. Keep feeling out what you would like to feel. Now, as you're ready, please lift that left foot to the sky, extend it behind you to the right at a diagonal, coming into that IT band stretch. As you exhale, you'll lunge back into that foot. Maybe the inhale brings you forward, or maybe you stay back a little bit more, feeling for opening up that outer side of the left hip. We'll take 1 more breath here. As you're ready, come back through center. Walk those hands forward just to give you space. Return to hands and knees. And then lift that left leg, bend the left knee, and reach it through so that the left knee is outside the left wrist. Look over that right shoulder, walk that right leg straight back. Maybe you want something different on this side. Maybe you want toes tucked instead of untucked. Maybe you want the back bend, or maybe you want the fold. Just honor what your body would like to receive. Decide where you'd like to be on this side. Take this time, wherever you've landed, to reacquaint with your breath. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then as you're ready, you can walk back up. This time we'll go straight to down dog. So extract that left leg and come to downward facing dog. Feel how your calves feel. Mine feel fairly glorious for what they generally feel like in the first down dog. So notice if that calf stretch had any effect. Maybe you're surprised, maybe you're not. And as you're ready, please shift forward into plank, high push-up. As you exhale, lower down, knees up or down. Untuck the toes, plant the palms, and come into Cobra Pose. Send shoulder blades down the back, tailbone behind you, back of the head back. As you pull low ribs and low belly back. We'll take 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, lower down, plant the palms, and return to downward facing dog. Okay, so from here, we're going to try a variation of side plank. So please shift your feet over till they point towards the left side of your mat. You'll end up on the outer edge of the right foot. Plant the left sole of the foot into the floor. Lift hips to the sky. Stay right here. Or maybe lift that left arm to the sky. Coming into the side plank variation. Boost those hips up, send back of the head back. 1 more breath. And exhale, come on down. Even out your down dog. Lift hips up, and then send the feet to point towards the right side of your mat. You'll end up on outer edge of left foot, sole of right foot. Boost the hips up, and then come up, lifting the right arm. Maybe, maybe not. Keep boosting the hips and back of the head back. Top arm up and back. 1 more breath. Exhale, lower down. Option for child's pose, a vinyasa, or try that 1 more time. you'd like to try it again, toes will shift to the left, end up on the outer edge of the right foot, sole of the left. Lift that left arm to the sky. Take one more breath here. Lower down. Even out the feet. Lift the hips up and back. Send toes to the right. End up on the outer edge of the left foot, sole of the right foot. Lift the right arm up. Beautiful. As you're ready, we'll all meet back up in downward facing dog. From here, please lift the right leg up to the sky. We're coming into a low lunge. So if you like a blanket or if you have like a bath towel, you can stick that down across your mat. Step that right foot through. Bring left knee to the ground. Square the hips to the front of the mat and then come on up. You can stay right here with that right knee directly over ankle. Back toes can be tucked for stability or untucked for length. Or pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Keep the pelvis square. Twist the belly over to the left. So you may not go as far as if you unplug that right hip, but just find a twist truly in the belly. Over to your left. Great. If you'd like more, you can reach those left fingertips back for that left thigh. Come into a little lateral side bend. Arcing the body up and back. Keep pulling right hip back. If you've got the flexibility, you could theoretically come down to that left calf. Take one more breath here. And come back through center. Pull that right hip back. We'll try the counter twist. So twist over to your right. Keep pulling right hip back. Just coming into a big open twist here. Option again. This time the right hand will come back for that left thigh. Keep pulling right hip back. Come into a little side bend here. Then back of the head back, shoulders back. Take one more breath here. As you inhale, come back through center. Plant the palms. Step back to down dog. We've got one more side. So please inhale, send that left leg up to the sky. Step it through the hands. Coming into that low lunge side two. Take a moment here to square your hips. So find that left knee over that ankle. Find yourself at center here. As you're ready, you can begin to keep that left hip back. Twist the belly over to the right, only as far as your left hip doesn't unplug. Keep pulling that belly over from left to right. Maybe you arc back with that right hand landing on the right thigh. Maybe you just stay in the twist. Maybe you even do something different than you did on the first side. Keep squaring the pelvis even as you revolve the torso. Send back of the head back. Take one more breath. And we'll inhale back through center. Try the second side. So keeping that pelvis square, left hip back, right hip forward, twist over to your left. Finding the twist truly in the belly. Maybe you'll bend back here with the left arm coming for that opposite thigh. Maybe you just stay in the big open twist, like you want to give someone a hug. Wherever you've landed, we'll take two more breaths here. As you're ready, we'll come back through center, plant the palms, and this time we'll come into child's pose. So you can extend the knees wide, sit back onto your heels, bow the head towards the ground, and catch your breath. Feel the breath ballooning through the belly. Use this time to catch up with yourself. As you're ready, please press into your palms. This time we'll come to down dog. If you've got a blanket or a towel, please scooch it out of the way. And then walk your hands and feet towards each other to the middle of your mat, forward fold. As you descend into the forward fold, make sure that your knees point straight ahead. Just let your head and neck go. On your next inhale, bring hands to shins, halfway lift, peek out at the horizon. And exhale, fold on down. Inhale will bring you all the way up. Maybe find a back bend, maybe not. And exhale, come on down. We'll take another round with your own breath. You decide how slow your breath can be. And as you've completed that, we'll go ahead and come into chair pose. The feet can be hip width distance, or you can have them together, you choose. Knees point straight forward, sit back into your chair, get low. You should be able to see your toes in front of your knees. Pull low ribs and belly back. Maybe lift the arms. Great. Thumbs will point straight behind you. Send back of the head back. Shoulder blades down the back. Beautiful. Sit a little lower. Keep your knees pointed straight ahead. Keep pulling belly back. Please take one more breath here. As you exhale, fold forward, dive down. We're going to try another IT band stretch. So please bring your right foot, lift it behind you, then swing your right foot behind the left. So you'll end up with the outer edge of the right and the left foot somewhat together. Walk your hands back and then straighten your legs, send your tush towards the sky, forward fold. You should have a big sensation in the outer right hip. Maybe it goes down to the ankle. Keep sending all four corners of your feet down into the ground. We'll be here for one more breath. As you're ready, unwind that right foot. Then pick up the left foot. Send that left foot behind the right. Outer edges of the feet will somewhat meet. Mine are not perfectly together here. Walk your hands back and then extend so that you straighten those legs. Big sensation on left outer hip. You can release your head and neck so that you're not holding yourself up here with your head or neck. Keep extending all four corners of the feet down into the mat. Whew. One more breath in. As you exhale, unwind. Yay. And then just come up to stand. Okay, friends, let's all meet back up in down dog. So get there however you like. We're going into some knee down stuff. So I'm going to recommend that you replace that blanket if you're a person who wants padding for your knee. As you're ready, please lift your right leg to the sky. Step it outside of the right hand, setting up for lizard. So many variations of lizard. You can stay down on that left foot. You can stay upright right here. Just make sure that your right knee is directly over your right ankle. Toes can be turned out at 45 degrees. They can point straight forward if you have that flexibility. Just make sure that the right knee is over the right ankle. You can stay right here. You can tuck those back toes and lift, lift, lift that back thigh. You can walk forward into a fold, or you can stay in this more back bendy form. So maybe decide what will serve you best for right now. I'm choosing to stay more of a back bend, but to lift the back thigh, which is my least favorite thing to do. I'm finding that if I fold forward and try to lift the back thigh, I don't have enough oomph to get that back inner thigh up towards the ceiling. So I'm compromising and using this fingertips back bend to help me really extend through that back thigh. We'll take one more breath here. As you exhale, you can release that knee to the ground. And then from here, tuck the back toes. We're coming in for a quad stretch. So you can bring that hand, actually walk that foot, that right foot, so that it's inside the right hand. You want knee over ankle. And then come up, bring that right hand onto the right thigh. Walk that left knee back in knee print so that you're not directly on the knee. Bend that left foot, reach around for the outer edge of that foot, coming into a quad stretch. Whew. Pulling left heel towards left outer hip. You can extend this right arm if you want flare, or you can keep that hand on the front thigh. Extend back of the head back, shoulders back, as you square your hips towards the front of your mat. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, release. Yay. Come back to down dog. We've got one more side. Okay, friends, as you're ready, please lift your left leg to the sky. Step that left hand outside of the left, or left foot outside of the left hand. You can again choose any variation that works for you. Knee can be down, you can be more upright, or you can be in a back bend if you want to come forward on a forward fold, if you want to come forward onto forearms. So this side might be totally different, so take a moment to assess what you need. Whatever you've decided, maybe be playful. Check out if you want to commit to that shape. Maybe there's something else that will serve you better. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. As you're ready, please drop that back knee to the ground. Switch your foot and your hand, so left foot will come inside that left hand. And then square the hips towards the front of the mat, crawl up onto that left thigh, walk that back knee back, half a knee print so that you're not directly on it. Then bend that back knee, stick your tush back if you're having trouble finding that foot, and pull that right foot in towards the right outer hip. Pull low ribs and belly back, back of the head back. Maybe you flourish with that lifting of the left arm. Keep squaring the pelvis to the front of the mat, lunging into that left knee to intensify the quad stretch on the right. We'll take 2 more breaths wherever you've landed. As you've completed that, gently release. Down dog, vinyasa, child's pose. You do what you need to do. Okay, friends. Final flourish. As you're ready, we'll all meet in standing. So if you're in down dog, you can come into a forward fold and then help yourself up. Last option before we wind down is dancer pose. So if you have a wall handy, I'll recommend that you use it. So if you'd like to use the wall, you can bring your left side to the wall, bend that left palm so that it bends in towards the body against the wall, and then send your weight into your left foot. You can pick up the right foot, grab the outer edge, pull that knee in towards the midline, drop the right hip. You can also do this off the wall. If you've got the wall, you can begin walking that left hand forward as you kick back through that right foot. You're aiming for that thigh being parallel to the ground. If you've got the wall, you can walk left fingertips long along the wall, maybe using that press to lift that thigh a little bit higher, or you can extend that left arm. Wherever you are, pull low ribs, low belly back, send back of the head back. Take one more breath. And unwind. The second side, so option again, you can always just do a quad stretch. This is also the pose. Or you can try the wall, you can try it without the wall. This time we'll send weight into the right foot and pick up the left. So drop that left hip and then send yourself forward. Keep a slight bend in that standing leg. You're aiming for that thigh to come parallel. Pull low ribs, low belly back. As you kick back and reach forward. Take 2 more breaths wherever you've landed. And as you're ready, come back up, unwind, and have a seat. Okay. Please bring soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Bring your right hand behind you. Reach your left arm to the sky. We'll come into a twist. So please reach that left arm up, up, up. Twist over to your right. The palm will land on the outer right thigh. Use the back fingertips to press down, get taller, to pull yourself around and to the right. You can look over the back shoulder. You can even look away from you over that right shoulder. Keep pulling ribs and belly back as you twist the belly over to the right. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, come back through center. Plant the left fingertips behind you. Lift right arm to the sky, up, up, up. Twist over to your left. That palm will land on your outer left thigh. Reach down into those fingertips, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Extend it over to your left. Gaze over the back shoulder, or maybe rotate to gaze over that right shoulder. Keep revolving the belly around. Take one more breath. And come back through center. Bring your palms beneath your legs to help them together. Then extend your right leg long. Bring left sole of the foot into that upper inner thigh. Reach your right hand out, coming into the side bend of Janu Shirshasana. Back of the palm will land along the leg. Bring that left arm behind the head, bending at the elbow. Extend head back into the hand, and then come into the side bend. You can keep that back of the palm on the head, giving you something to press the head back into, or you can extend that top arm long, feeling for a big stretch in the left side of the body. Take one more breath here. As you're ready, come back through center. We'll switch sides, so extend that left leg long, right sole of the foot comes into the ground. Send that left arm so the back of the palm meets some inner edge of that leg. Take that top arm, the right arm, bend the elbows and back of the head back into that hand, side bend over that extended leg. You can stay here, working back of the head into the palm. You can extend that top arm, right arm long, finding a big stretch in that right side of the body. Send shoulder blades down the back. Take 2 more slow, deep breaths. Last pose before Shavasana. As you're ready, come back up and come to lie on your backs for Shavasana. If you prefer to take Shavasana seated or in any other posture, you're welcome to. If you'd like to take any final movements before you rest back into yourself, please find them right now. Wherever you've landed, I'll invite you to take 2 more rounds of that 3-part breath with me, just to help you settle into an awareness before you let yourself go. If you'd like to do that with me, please exhale completely. Inhale into the belly, hold, into the ribs, hold, all the way up to the roof of the mouth, hold, and exhale, let it go. Inhale to the belly, hold, inhale to the ribs, hold, inhale to the roof of the mouth, hold, and exhale, let it all go. Let your breath soften here. Let your body melt into the floor. Allow your jaw and your tongue to slacken. Let yourself become heavy. Take this time to allow yourself to recede back into the darkness of Shavasana, final rest. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Invite your awareness back into your body, back into the room. As you feel ready, you can roll off to your favorite side and return to a comfortable seat, eyes closed or gaze soft. Please bring your hands to somewhere that feels like center for you. Please bow your head in reverence to your heart, in reverence to this practice that we share together. May each of us not assume anything as we move through our day. May we be open to every possibility, every outcome, every delight that comes our way. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Peace. Thank you.